Balance is the hardest thing to achieve in life. And I think that after some careful consideration, I've kind of pictured what's wrong. You see, in the Bible, it talks about the 7 deadly sins. Pride. I'm not going to go through all of them because I don't know all of them. But pride is one where you have too much confidence in yourself. Gluttony is when you have too much of food or drink or whatever. Lust is having too much of the physical kind of love. And I would say that you're lusting and you're letting your emotions and your hormones control you. I think that can be applied more than just sexual. Dang, I don't know all of them. This is really bad. But I saw a Reddit post. I know, I was on Reddit. But it basically described that every sin can be diluted down to greed. Wanting too much. You're taking more than you need. And I find that very inspiring. I do. Because we're all trying to find balance. And that's an overcorrection of that. You know, you can be starving or you can be overfilled. We're trying to find that middle ground to survive. And then take that excess resource that you have and give it to someone else. So first off, you have to make sure that you're healthy. You have to make sure that you're happy. And then from there, how can you make others happy? I think that's the most important part of that. And that goes beyond religion or anything like that. That's just a philosophy, I guess. But I understand what's so wrong with me. And I know in mental health you're not supposed to say, you know, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have a couple things you would like to work on. No, I know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me is that I was an only child. I live in isolation by myself. My family's small. So when I see him, it's great, but that's it. My mother and my father. And I love my family and they love me, but that's it. My mother and father, that's it. So who chooses to be in my life? Who do I choose to be in their life? That right there, that goes beyond blood. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that actually care a little bit about each other. Have some humanity. I'm talking like someone that automatically puts down birthdays in their calendar to make sure they remember. Someone that saves in their notes about their person, about their friend, about what favorite color they have, what's their favorite food, and everything like that. But I understand something now about relationships and how they grow together. And it's multifaceted. Right? You have your familial tie. What is wrong? Okay. So do you have blood with them? Are you related? No? Okay, fine. Have you gotten to a point where you now have kids who are yours? That's blood related at that point. Have you married? You know, the ropes and binds of marriage until death do us part. I would say that's blood at that point. You definitely shared a couple fluids. Why am I so tired every time I talk on one of these videos? I have no idea. Let me make sure this watch is off because I don't want to pause the video or stop it. It's running from this. No, okay, so I'm just trying to picture that. So, okay, it's not blood. You're not married, you're friends. Okay. Now what's beyond that? Okay, how close are you? How well do you know their past and their future? What's going on in their past, their present, their future? Life experiences, stories, favorite foods, favorite hobbies, favorite things. What are their worst dislikes? Remembering their work schedule. So there you have that. Now you have memorization. I know this person. How does your sense of humor match up? Does it bide well with the other person? Do they even have a sense of humor? Do they make you happy? Do you make them happy? What's their emotional support look like? And what I mean by that is mine's lackluster. And I want to do better at that. When someone tells me something horrible, I don't know what to say. I have no idea. I don't know how to help them. I think logically first. I think, how can I fix this situation? Some things you can't fix. So my next part is, how do I emotionally support this person? And I think, well, I could make them feel better by getting them flowers. No, that's not it either. Okay, not flowers. What if I hug them? That's okay. What if I give them advice? No, don't give them advice. They don't want advice right now. They want someone to hear and feel what they're going through. And then I get to that. And then I ask, what do I do? How do I convey those feelings? For me personally, when I'm going through something, I would rather have someone hug me and stay silent. So that's what I do. Hug, stay silent. Say, if there's anything you need, let me know. That's it. But I'm realizing that that's not enough. None of it is. Whether I'm in person, on the phone, or texting someone, I'm in a range of capacity, right? Over here, you have cold, calm, collected, logical. That's it. You keep to yourself, solitude, quiet, not really talking to anybody, basically ghosting everyone around you. And on the other side here, you have overbearing, annoying, crying all the time, emotional, way too open to the point where it's off-putting. And it's finding that balance that I find very difficult, because my default is emotionless, numb, void. And anytime I feel anything, those emotions that I've suppressed for so long come out so strongly. And I feel for someone when they're hurting, when they're crying. Sometimes I'm fine. Sometimes I'll look them straight in the eyes and they could be sobbing and I won't feel anything. I'll show that I care, but on the inside, it's a chore to me. And for others, for people that I really do care about, all of those emotions from previous visits that got suppressed down, yeah, those come out for those people, for the people that really matter to me. And call it my life experience, call it me being at a vet clinic for so many years and seeing so many people's dogs, pass away. Call it being at a hospital and hearing over the intercom that someone else has passed. Seeing someone passed. Whether it was working at my church and going to all those funerals and weddings and helping out with the services, being a servant to those best and worst times. It taught me that life is a cycle, an endless cycle. So getting over death, that's easy. It's very easy to accept death once you realize that it is a cycle. And it's beautiful. It's the life cycle. Now that part's easy. That's no problem. I see someone, something, somehow dead. It's very easy to accept. Hope they lived a long life. Sucks they're dead. Well, that's it. Now, if you believe in God, they're either going up this way or going down that way. You don't believe in God, I hope they had a good life. Because after this, it's just void. Either way, no sense in fretting about it now. You can remember. That's what you can do. You don't have to cry, but you have to remember. Remember what they did in your life. What they did for you. How they treated you. Their kindness. Their love. That's what matters. Now, with that being said, me trying to find this balance has made me realize that I am a cliche. And sometimes I can be cold and emotionally unavailable. And that's not ideal for a relationship. And other times I can be overbearing, needy, and pathetic. And that's disgusting for a relationship, almost repulsive. And I've tried to find balance, and everyone always says you need to be okay by yourself first. You should be happy by yourself. Don't be lonely. Be happy on your own. But I feel like I've been alone since I was 16. And I was happy being alone for a while. But it's been 6 years now. And it got to a point where I was drinking alcohol for a couple weeks. I was, it wasn't a couple weeks, but it was every day after work, 2 shots worth or 2 drinks worth. Sit down, watch a movie, TV show, play some video games, whatever. Sit on my couch here and drink. Sometimes skip dinner, sometimes eat dinner. Doesn't matter. Get up the next day, have a little bit of a headache, drink a bunch of coffee, and keep moving on. And then eventually, nicotine was thrown into that mix for a couple months there. And nicotine did something that I do need to make a PSA about. When I really quit, and I mean I am free of this. It's been 3 days now and 1 night. Ever since New Year's Eve. I'm going to really tell you about how to quit and how to avoid nicotine, because that's what you have to do. You have to avoid it. And the problem with nicotine is that it is something that lonely people love. Nicotine gives you a hit of dopamine, gives you a head rush, makes you feel good for a second. It literally is just injecting yourself with dopamine. And dopamine is the happy hormone or whatever. Do you find satisfaction in what you're doing right now? Right now, I find satisfaction in talking to you. And that's quality. dopamine. There's bad quality and good quality. Bad quality is scrolling on my phone for an hour by myself. Bad quality is not getting enough sun in the day and staying inside and watching movies too much. Bad quality dopamine is eating junk food that makes you feel happy right now, but later you're going to have some GI issues and you're just going to feel sluggish, and then you're not going to want to work out, and you're not going to want to exercise, and then it just compounds together. No. And nicotine is bad dopamine because it rewards you for waking up. It rewards you for going to the bathroom and hiding from your friends and family. It rewards you for going to sleep. It's right there. It's right here at all times. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're not having enough fun. So you're just going to take a little puff. You should never resort to that. Don't start, because it's hard to stop. And you'll see it's mainstream. You'll see, oh yeah, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone's doing it nowadays. You can buy it at the gas station as long as you're 21. It's not giving me a high, so who cares? But it is. It's a subpar drug, and it's garbage. It's not good for you. It's bad for you. At least with caffeine, I can say, if I drink 20 cups of coffee in a day, that's a problem. If I drink 4 cups, yeah, my heart beats a little bit too fast, but whatever. Tomorrow's another day. It'll be all right. You know? But a stimulant like nicotine in the delivery system that it has, it is addictive. It causes some heart problems. And it's not smart. And it really messes with your body in ways that you couldn't fathom. So, if you ever think about starting, you shouldn't. No matter how lonely you are, no matter how stressed out you are at work, and you're feeling anxious, and you're like, well, I have heard that this is like a stress reliever for people. Let me give it a try. It's not worth it. No, that actually started causing me more stress. It caused me to be more numb around people. It caused me to be lightheaded all the time and not really focused on anything. And it's a stimulant too. It's supposed to make you locked in. But when you're addicted to the dopamine hit, it's not stimulating anymore. It's numbing. That's the problem with caffeine, is I like caffeine a lot. I would say I'm addicted to caffeine. And every weekend I reset. I don't drink coffee on the weekends. I'm not at work. I don't need it. Not really a big deal. I wake up a little bit later, sleep in a little bit, yawning right now for no reason. But caffeine has a better alternative, right? If I drink a little green tea, it's a little pep in my step, whatever. I drink too much of it, and I start having jitters and all that. Start getting all crazy. But at the end of the day, drink some water, you'll be fine. Nicotine has some long-standing effects in it that we're not aware of yet. And I don't plan to find out for such a pathetic high, really. Because caffeine does better for me. If I drink an energy drink, 300 milligram Java Monster with way too much sugar and milk in it, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to be vibing. Right? That's a vibe right there. Vitamin B12 in there. You know, B3, B6, B12. All the B vitamins. All the taurine, all the enhancements to the energy drink to make the caffeine stronger and hit harder. Yeah, that stuff is good. Way better than nicotine. And I've actually avoided caffeine for the most part the last couple days so I can quit. Been chewing some gum. I've been fasting, which is kind of crazy because usually with nicotine, it suppresses your appetite, and coming off of it makes you crave food again, to a insatiable degree. In your tongue, your taste buds starts coming back better. We're only 3 days in. I've had some cravings, that's for sure, but I just had to think about it. And I go, that's all I really need. I only need to breathe. And let me tell you, my breathing's been better. I was having a cough, and I always thought to myself that this is probably because I'm talking all day. The cough is probably because I was talking too much to people, and it was, I was always having to clear my throat. No, it was the nicotine. I'm 3 days off now, and my throat is clear as can be. I can take a deep breath now, really deep. I felt like my lungs were smaller. It wasn't that I couldn't get a full breath in, but I would take a deep breath and go, that's all? Not, there it is. I have full breaths now, real breaths. And on top of all of that, I realized that I probably can hold my breath better again. When I was on nicotine, I tried holding my breath a couple times, and it wasn't as good. And I denied it to myself. I said I'm having a bad day. But the reality is that there was something wrong there. I knew it. I knew it was there. Man, we're talking about a lot today. What else is going on? Heartbreak. I'm realizing that being ghosted for 3 days on top of nicotine withdrawals, well, not really affecting me that much at this point. I'm actually kind of mellowed out now. I'm also withdrawing from oxytocin hormones, throwing me out of whack, that bonding hormone, on top of a ghosting, on top of being told that I mean nothing, on top of getting rejected from work, having to put my dog down, my grandma being in and out of the hospital. Finally, she's going to a rehab facility, so that's good. She should heal up well. A lot going on in my life right now. A lot of problems. Not a lot of solutions. And on top of all of that, who am I to spend the time with? Who can I hug? Who can I kiss? Who can I share these feelings with? I mean, at least one thing in my life should be good for me right now. At least one thing. One person that cares about me, that helps me get through all of this. I don't have to see him in 2 years. I just need to see him now. I don't know. Someone to focus on their problems instead of mine. Someone to give me a little bit of positivity and hope for the future. To know that I'm not alone in my problems of life. So that maybe I can pull through. I know it's kind of desperate and pathetic, but that's the reality of it. And don't get me wrong, I don't just want someone to get through this part of my life right now. I don't need that. I want something, I want someone genuinely. But that's not my generation. And I'm not good enough, am I? I'm too overbearing. I'm too possessive, too jealous. I'm texting too much. I'm double texting. No. I'm not personal enough. I'm too personal. The paradox of life. I don't make enough money. I'm not ripped as hell. My personality's not good enough. I'm not funny enough. I don't have enough good, fun, cool hobbies. You know, my texting conversation just consists of questions and answers and kind of, oh, okay, wow, I'm not full-bodied enough. I'm not interesting enough. I'm boring. I hate boring. Maybe I don't love myself enough. I don't know. I'm working on that. I'm looking for someone that loves me for who I am. That isn't just blood. That isn't required to love me. That isn't trying to get with me for just physical things. That isn't trying to get with me for just because they're lonely too. Not because they're looking for money or someone to hold them close, but everything. It's not one of those things. It's not two of those things. It's everything. Someone to be my everything with. And I'll be everything for them. That hope, that drive. The interest in my future. All of that. For that. I think it's important. But anyways, that's everything for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.